22 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Healthy Kids Chaves County, Becky, Joyce, and Paula Camp are back with us. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
And in unison, they do it every time. It's great. And also joining us, head of food services for the Dexter schools, Shelly Montgomery, back with us as well. Good morning. Is that close enough title for? I don't know if that's the official title, but close enough for government. Actually, can I put you on this mic instead? This one seems to want. Yeah, just move it around there. I'm listening to you, and it wants to be ornery, so that way I can hear you.
All right, any better?
Oh, way better. Yeah, now we can hear you. That one's being a little finicky this morning.
No, maybe she could sing.
Ooh,
Yeah.
It is singing quality now. So it can belt out a tune.
Whatever.
For those that aren't familiar, Healthy Kids Chaves County, it's a subsect, I guess you could say, of the New Mexico Department of Health. Mm-hmm. And basically, they're the ones that kind of work with the schools, work with our different youth organizations in town, and find ways to get them access to healthy foods and education and information and activities and all kind of stuff. During the COVID world, you guys were kind of ambassadors for everybody, saying, hey, get food here. Of course, Shelly and everybody, Dexter, were getting food out to kids in Dexter
Right.
in that area. And you kind of were as, hey, you want food? Go here. You want food? Go here. You need help? Go. You kind of were that resource for everybody, and still do
Right.
that. Still do all
Yes,
that.
we
But
do.
But now you guys could actually do some of your programs and some of the things that you guys do when there's not COVID and stuff. in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. And we were even able to do the 5210 in several schools and Eat Smart to Play Hard in several schools. So it wasn't the same, but the children did get the information. So we're hoping that we reached a few
Sure.
and encouraged good eating and physical activity.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of, and good news is now that the world's starting to open up a little bit more here, there's more opportunities, more things.
Right.
I know this is kind of Becky's world here, but the cities, opening up facilities and things
We've
again.
got that outdoor pool opening.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people.
And
are
by the
excited,
way,
yeah.
the pool will be open on Memorial Day. But nothing else will be.
Right, the
so if
rec
you want-
center's going to be closed,
Yeah.
but the pool.
But you can
will
go
be.
swimming, and you can go to the zoo, and they'll have stuff
Right.
going on. So there are places to get physical on Monday. Hopefully the weather will cooperate for us.
Yeah.
Little
Right.
knock in there.
Right. Just in case.
Yeah. But the big thing we do want to promote here is kids are getting out of school here. If they're not out already, they will be here in the next week or so.
Right.
And so now we're kind of shifting to our summertime, summer meals, summer things like that, which I guess, Shelly, everything's back in full force this year.
Yes.
I mean, you guys were doing it last year, but it was a little trickier on how to do it. This year, you can do it a little bit more in the traditional sense, I guess you could say.
Well, exactly. And I appreciate you letting me come on this show to
Anytime,
talk
yeah.
about it, because we need to get it out the word where people can pick up the food for their students or
Yeah.
their kids, anybody, free, 18 and under.
And this is Chaves County. There's locations throughout Chaves County that are doing this. It's not just
Right.
Roswell. She's running Dexter. She's here telling
Right.
us now.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just for all of Chaves County. So folks listening in Lake Arthur, Dexter, Hagerman, this applies to you too. So
Yes, and it doesn't matter where you're at. So if you're a student that's in Dexter and you happen to be in Roswell on a particular day, grab a lunch there.
Okay, so
or vice versa. So
wherever
it doesn't
you're at,
matter.
that's where the food will be for you.
Right.
So
Yes.
perfect. Okay.
Yes, because
Excellent.
it just goes by numbers, not by kid.
Excellent. So wherever you're at in that particular day, come on, just like, oh, that's not
Right.
my normal one. No problem.
Well, exactly. And we have a few sites in Dexter I'd like to mention, because at the high school, they're at 100 North Lincoln.
Okay.
We do a grab and go, and it's a breakfast and a lunch together.
Okay, so you get both meals at one trip there.
Yes, so that
Okay.
way they're not wasting gas, running back and forth. And it's from 10 to 11 every morning.
Nice. So if you want to get both, now the discipline's on you. Don't eat your breakfast and lunch at the same time. You're going to get hungry later. That's just
But
how it
if you
works.
do, come back tomorrow. We'll give you another one. Then, in Midway, at the Assembly of God Church there in Midway at 63 Yakima Road,
Okay.
they do at 11 to 12. And it's a combo also. These ones are all combos
Okay.
so that we can make sure and everybody get the breakfast. That's
Sure.
kind of new that we started last year
Excellent.
with the pandemic.
So even if you come out
with
during the lunch hours, you can still get your breakfast too, and that
Yes.
way you can have it tomorrow or
Right.
make it an afternoon dinner or
a
whatever.
snack.
Yeah,
even.
a snack. Whatever.
But yeah, that's kind of been the idea is we give you the breakfast and the lunch, and it's lunch for today, breakfast for in the morning.
Excellent.
And
Point
so-
is, there's food available if your children needs food, there's places to get it.
Right.
And,
Yes.
and let's get that food to them.
And then also at the Midway Volunteer Fire Department.
Okay.
At 6477 Templeton Road, and it's from 12 to 1.
All right. Excellent. Very good. So please, and I'm guessing, is there like a website that kind of reiterates all this if people want to go back and remember times
We
and
can
dates?
put it on our Facebook.
Okay.
Yes, it is
We'll
on
advertise
the,
it.
On the Healthy
Dexter
Kids, the Dexter
Facebook,
School and the Healthy
also
Kids
the
Chaves
Healthy
Kid.
Kids. That would be wonderful.
So-
and I'll leave this paper with you.
Excellent. Very good. That way, if you're trying to remember, or if you like you said, you can go to any place in the county where these are happening and visit any one of those, regardless of where you live in the county.
Right.
Right.
They're available to you. So if you know you're going to be, we're going to spend the day in Hagerman or Dexter or here in Roswell, where are the locations we can go and get our children
Right.
some food?
Now,
Paula's going to mention Roswell.
Yeah, Roswell's going to have grab and go at Roswell High, Goddard, or Burindo Elementary
Okay.
from 8 a.m. until noon.
So they kind of got north, south, and in the middle covered there a little
Right.
bit.
And they just don't have, they'd have more sites, but they don't have enough workers.
Gotcha. So if
they're
you want more
just doing
sites,
yes.
they're hiring within the Roswell Independent School District. They'd like to have it.
Now,
Get a job today.
I think Shelly is right away, correct? When does yours start?
We started the 24th, so
Okay.
we're already
You're
up
underway
and going.
already. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Roswell is going to go June 10th through July 23rd.
Okay, so we're about a week and a half away on
Right.
that one.
So
okay.
that's at Roswell High, Goddard, Burindo, 8 to 12.
Okay.
Then in Hagerman, they are only going to be open for 2 weeks in July.
Okay.
The 1st to the 15th, Monday
Okay.
through Friday.
So the first half of July they'll be available
right,
for
they'll
folks.
be open.
Okay.
And then Lake Arthur, last year they didn't have a summer program, again, limited workers, that
Sure.
kind of thing. But they're looking into a new thing called Meals to You.
Okay.
And Shelly is going to tell you a little bit about what that program is.
Okay.
Yes, Meals to You. I was on a Zoom the other day, and it's a great program, and the schools have to qualify
Okay.
to participate in this program. And from what I can understand, it's school districts that are a certain amount of miles from a decent grocery store.
Okay.
And then basically, the schools don't have a lot to do with it except that they hand out the information to the parents.
They're kind of the
Make-
conduit to get the info to the world about this
Yes.
program. Gotcha. Okay.
And make sure the school has to qualify and then the family has to qualify.
Okay. But I'm
And-
guessing Lake Arthur's grocery stores are far enough away where they qualify
Exactly.
for this program.
Right.
Makes
Yes.
sense. Because I'm guessing they probably got to go to Artesia to get a grocery store near them, don't
I
they?
would think.
I'm thinking
Yes.
that's probably
That
the
would be the
closest they have
That
to
would
closest
be
go.
one.
the
And
in
they don't even have a
Hagerman.
convenience.
Yeah.
Right. Hagerman has a convenience store
Yeah.
they could go to, but to
But
get
it's not a full group. They got to come
right,
here.
they would
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
go to Artesia.
Yeah.
And the great thing about it is after everybody gets picked and the families are chosen which ones are after you qualify, the meals are sent directly to the home, and it's through, I don't know if it's UPS or one
Nice.
of those kind of
Kinda
things.
like a-
it's not
like
through
a-
the school.
Like
Hello
those-
Fresh.
Yeah, Freshly
Yes.
or one of those ones that
Yes.
show up on the
Right.
thing.
And it's 5 breakfasts, 5 meals.
And it's
they
got all
deliver
the thing,
each
and they
week.
just kind of put it in and heat it up or whatever they got to do to consume it. Awesome.
So
Very
they're
cool.
looking into that. They haven't definitely
Nice.
decided that's what they're doing, because at the same time, like we mentioned before, Lake Arthur can go to Hagerman in July, or they can come to Dexter, or they could come to Roswell.
Okay.
That's just a trip for them.
I just moved to Lake Arthur just to have people deliver me food, and I'd have to leave. That's just me. I'm a
Yeah.
little weird.
So we're hoping to have big numbers and feed lots of kids this summer.
Yeah, please,
Yes.
if parents, if you need help with this kind of stuff, please don't hesitate to utilize these resources. That is why they are there.
Exactly.
They're completely free to you, and we want to make sure that every child in Chaves County has access to a meal.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about
That's what
here.
it's all about.
And unfortunately, we know the summer months, kids, because they're not in school, they're not getting the 3 meals a day. That because
It's possible,
Some
yes.
kids, they don't get to eat regular unless it's a school day, because
Exactly.
at home they don't have the resources or whatever the reasons being, maybe
Right.
somebody's not there to feed, to cook food. It's just, there's all kinds of reasons. But
Right.
Right.
the point is, we want to make it available to as many people as possible here in Chaves
Yes, we
County.
do.
So,
Yes.
so please utilize these sources. And folks, if you're listening and saying, you know what, I'd like to help, like you were talking about, they'd love to do more of these, but there's not enough employees and things. If you're
Right.
looking for work, I'm sure RISD, probably Dexter, probably
We're good.
you're good. Dexter's good, but Lake Arthur, I'm sure they probably
Yeah.
need staffing and things like that. I
Right.
mean,
So
it's,
check that out.
Absolutely, yeah.
Mhm.
Usually those jobs come with benefits and all kind of stuff. So
Yes,
just saying.
exactly.
Just saying.
Exactly.
Good idea.
Yes, so it'd be good for everybody.
Hey, do y'all get like to take the extras home? Is that like a rule? No, dang. I was like, oh, we cooked too many tater tots. I'll take them home. Like in the you work at restaurants or nothing.
No, that's my job. I don't let you cook too
Oh,
much.
bummer. It's like accidentally make some of them
Just
pizzas
enough.
and make them better.
Okay, we know what job Mike's vying for.
I'm very food
Yes.
centric. Excuse me. I got 3 beverages over here. You guys know.
And the McDonald's
I
sign.
know.
Right.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that. But we want to this summer, and like you said, it's already going in Dexter. June 10th will be the start
Yes.
date for here in Roswell in
Yes.
this area. But
Through July 23rd.
and I imagine too, if you call the school, your respective school districts, any one of them can share this information. We'll be happy to.
Yes.
to go
And
here.
we'll be posting on Facebook about
Right.
all
Yeah.
of these
Yeah,
places.
we want to get the word out. And
Yes.
if you like and follow Healthy Kids Chaves County, if you have children and you live in Chaves County, you should probably like and follow because it's just full of great resources,
Right.
not only for food and things, but activities, just events. If you're looking for, things to do with your kids on the weekends,
Well, and
there's resources.
with all this good food that they're going to be eating, you need some activity.
That's right too.
So
Healthy foods
look
and lots of it means you
look
need
on our
to.
Facebook page. I've posted all sorts of good camps. There's our city rec department
Mm-hmm.
has a whole spray of different kinds of camps.
Yeah.
Art camps and different activity camps, and then Boys and Girls Club,
Mm-hmm.
Christ Church.
Yes.
Yeah,
They're
like
having
the
a
vacation
sport-
Bible schools and all that will be
Yeah.
starting up here
and
pretty soon.
Christchurch has a sports
camp.
camp for a week.
Good.
Yeah.
And my grandchild has gone, and it was fabulous.
All right.
So there's lots
all
of
sorts
activities
different
out
ones that
there.
we've been posting. Every time I find one, I've been posting it on our Facebook page. So check that out, or have someone that, if you don't have Facebook, your friend or your
Yeah. Like
most likely your
the
kids.
outdoor pool will be
Right.
open this summer.
Right. Yes.
But again, if you're looking for jobs, they're looking for workers over there, especially college age kids for lifeguard stuff.
Right.
Because right now, the staffing is such an issue where, yeah, we're going to open the outdoor pool, but because we don't have enough lifeguards, we got to close the indoor pool while the outdoor pool is because they need like 14 people on duty at one time to monitor the pool. They only have like 16. So,
Right.
I mean, they need
Right.
they need everybody to do that. So apply, and then once they get the numbers there, then the indoor and outdoor pools can be open at the same time and stuff. But that's the reason why it's not that way right now.
Right.
So, but just to let you know, the outdoor pool will be open this summer here in weeks here as we're getting
And
close
they have
to June.
changed the hours for the indoor lap swimming. It was a little bit later. Now it's starting at 6 a.m. So people who work
Right.
can go by there
Yeah.
and swim before they go to work. And so that's
That's
good.
an asset.
So anyway,
Yeah, I know this is not related, but I just kind of see if you caught it, Becky. Did you see when they were doing the trials, the not Olympic?
oh yeah,
it's,
the pentathlon.
Pentathlon, thank you. They were doing all the stuff because I know they had the aquatic center closed. I think Friday for a little bit, and then all that.
Right.
But the part that kind of got me was all the other stuff because thanks to the NIMI guys and all they were doing and putting it on our streaming thing. So I'm coming on and getting on my Facebook. And I'm like, oh, we started a new video because I don't do all the video stuff. And I looked, I'm like, oh, and they got fencing going on. I'm like,
Fencing.
I've never watched fencing like this before. This is really cool. So
Right.
it was cool to see all
No,
that
it's
fun
really
stuff
neat.
in the
Yeah.
area that time. And
Jan Olinsky works at NIMI.
Okay.
He was a pentathlete.
okay.
And so he and Perry Tolles both are really instrumental in getting that to Roswell.
Yeah.
And so fencing, horseback riding,
Yeah.
shooting,
It was
swimming,
It was
running.
kind of neat to
Yeah.
see all that.
Yeah,
and
it's
kinda,
really neat.
You know, those are those sports that they're fun to watch because you don't see them very often. You know, and, you
Exactly.
don't get to see them in person very often either.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Another thing that, the Boys and Girls Club recently had their ribbon cutting, and they have renovated their building, and so they're up and running.
Good.
So that's another place that kids can go for activities, and they do educational things, and it's a great spot to be. Christy Patton is
Okay.
in charge over there, so you can call Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, they've been really busy this last year. Even before the pandemic, they were really ramping up and gearing up, and then the pandemic hit.
Oh, and it's so nice.
Yeah.
Their renovations.
Yeah, they've been
Becky
really.
and I went. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, it's long overdue, and it's glad
Yes.
they finally got to get
Right.
some of that
Yes.
stuff done. And but now that we're starting to come out of this COVID a little bit, now people can come to see it, utilize it, and
Right.
be a part of it. But
Right.
yeah, they'll be. Oh, and I'm sure we'll get the Boys and Girls Club folks back on here and get
Yes,
them an update
I'm sure.
and talk
I'm
about
sure.
that.
And
too.
we're trying to do some programs over there with them
Yeah.
this summer, some educational things.
Yeah, absolutely. But we want to. Opportunities are there. If
Yes.
you're looking for physical things to get your child involved with during the summer, food and all that, there is lots of opportunities. Much of it free or little cost. With these food programs, all of that's free of charge. And I think with someone sign up for some of these city camps and things, it's very minimal costs on
Right,
some
and
of these.
the zoo also has.
Yeah, they got a
good
great zoo camp. If you have kids that love animals and love, it's kind of like the behind the scenes at the zoo camp, for their camp. They get to go and be a part of the feeding times and taking care of all the stuff that it takes to run a zoo that we
Which
don't see
is
when
a
we
great
walk around.
thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
That's
Yeah, kids are interested in that.
yeah, they've got big plans for stuff at the zoo. There's going to be more. Be on the lookout here over the next couple of years. There's going to be more and more things coming and act. Yeah, people are like, well, it's charging and all that. It's like, yeah, I understand. Yeah, it's nice to have everything free too, but because of this and what they're doing, it's making the community get invested, which means we can invest in making it a better place and give it.
Right, they'll have a better experience.
So folks from, say Dexter or Hagerman are like, hey, what do you want to do this weekend? Let's go to Roswell and come to the zoo. That's kind of how it works. And we're trying to get your money too. Sorry about that.
Well, we'll bring it.
We'll take it. But yeah, I mean, there's lots to get involved and lots to come. I don't. Have you heard, Becky? Are they going to try to get the splash pads open, or is that still on hiatus?
That's still on hold.
Okay, I haven't
but
heard one way or another.
I think eventually, and then the one at Carpenter Park is almost done.
Okay.
I think there was something just left that they were going to do on that one, but
Okay.
I think they have to kind of get the go ahead from Santa.
I'm about to say, I know where you're going. I was about to say something. No, that's not the radio-friendly version. I know what you're talking about. Thank you.
But that's where the rules come from.
Right. So if it does, we'll have two.
Yeah.
One in Carpenter Park and one at
Well, sometime soon, hopefully.
Boys and Girls Club.
behind the Boys and Girls Club.
What's it called?
I always
I can't remember.
I keep saying Chihuahuita because that's everyone else calls it.
Yes,
It's,
yes, it's over on East Second.
yeah, it's right up the street up here. I just can't
right
remember that
past
area.
Garden.
Yeah, it's right, literally go up
Street.
Second East and you'll see it right there on your right as you're going.
Right.
I can't remember the park that it just escaped my head.
Popcorn?
Pocorn Park.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Good
There
job,
But
Beck.
most people just know it as Chihuahuita, and that's why everyone
Yeah.
calls it. So
Right.
That's true.
And
Right.
another thing, we just recently had a meeting at Parks and Rec Commission. We've got the state allotted some money for a new park where the old Chisholm School was.
okay.
Not positive of the streets on that, but it's in between Southeast Main and South Main.
Okay.
It's kind of in a little triangle there where
Okay.
the old Chisholm Park school was, and they had torn the school down years ago, but the Barry Foster was instrumental in getting this funding through the state, and they're going to build a park there.
Oh, good.
And, it's really needed because there's no parks in that area for
Yeah.
these kids without them passing, going over main highways.
Sure, getting
And
to
so-
a place,
Right.
and, and
Yes.
that's the idea. Is you'd like to get a park like this in as many neighborhoods as possible,
Right.
so
Right.
kids can bike or walk over themselves and have fun at the
Right.
playground.
So it'll
there,
have water, sprinkler systems, benches, a place for basketball, playground equipment,
Yeah.
backstops.
Cool.
So it's a pretty good area, and so it's going to be nice and parking for people to park there, and
Good deal.
and so it'll be it's a little ways down the road. But
Sure.
it's
But
coming.
look
It's
for
in
it
the
on the
works.
radar
Yeah.
here.
Right.
Well, we also live in a world where everything's super expensive to build right now, so people aren't
Right.
too anxious to build stuff at the
Right.
moment.
yeah.
Can't use wood.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what playground equipment, the materials right now, what that
Right.
cost.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well,
I hear things like I heard there was no silicone available. That's why all these computers, there's like a bunch of new cars sitting in factories waiting for these chips because there's no silicone to stick in the
Isn't
chips.
that
you know,
amazing?
and so that's the kind of stuff we're doing. So imagine the playground world.
Right.
They're dealing with the exact same type. There's one ingredient that's you just don't think much about, and it's like we can't get it because there's no factory making it right now.
Well, and you know what's funny? I was at Family Dollar there in Dexter the other day, and they had some toilet paper. Buy one, get one free. I was like,
So
this
there's
time
no
last
shortage
year, there
of
was
that.
none.
Somebody's bragging. Huh? Somebody's flexing.
And speaking of that shortage, last time we were here, we were talking about adding gardens to Nancy Lopez.
Yeah.
And we went to buy the wood for the bed, and a 2x6x12, I think, was $57 and change.
So needless to say, that
through
didn't
the
happen.
through the radio, my friend Amy Green contacted me, and she had wood that she was taking apart a rabbit hut
All right.
and donated the wood.
Even better.
And Skylar Pierce at Roswell High School got his kids, his ag kids, and they built 2 beds.
I love it.
So they managed to make it happen.
And that's a better one because now we took wood and gave it a new life and a new purpose and everything
we
else.
recycle.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. And those gardens are going great, by the way.
That's great.
Yes.
I mean, that's almost the way it should be because that's a garden in and of
really
itself.
is.
It's the cycle of life there in a box.
It is. Yes.
Right.
So it's great that we can be on here
Yeah.
and people can hear our plight
And you know what?
and donate.
Yeah.
You know, and this is great because the community gardens, it's like, I know Artesia's started a big thing. They've got over at the library. If you haven't been over the library, they've got their own little thing and they're growing peppers and doing all this stuff and they're teaching kids with STEM
And Lake
and all that
Arthur
too.
is in the process
Yeah.
of having a community garden.
Yeah. Yeah.
On that.
Lake Arthur. I think Artesia's got theirs going.
Maybe
and,
so.
Yeah.
Maybe so. We don't work in Artesia, but
I know, but
Lake
it's-
Arthur
Yeah.
has a big one going.
Yeah, so I think it's the concept spreading, and
Yes.
I'd love to. You know, I that would be kind of cool if like a garden at a school is as common as a computer.
It would
you know
be.
what I mean? I think
would
it should be.
There's so much to learn from it
Yeah.
and to eat the fresh fruit. And
Yeah.
then it's sustaining
Yeah.
for people. If they want food, they can get some seeds and grow
Sure.
some.
And I'm sure the science department, the math department,
Everybody gets
and,
involved.
you know, home economics, certainly. There's a lot of
Right.
departments that could utilize that garden.
Right.
You know, and there's one also between Gateway Church and Christ Church. They have a community garden out there too that they do every year.
I love
I
it.
just saw an advertisement for people that wanted to
And if
work
we put,
on that.
And if we put enough of these up, then you won't have to correct your kids when they say, "Where does corn come from?" And they say the grocery store.
Right. A can.
Right.
Right.
They'll know, and they'll probably tell you, "Mom, did you know it came from the ground?" Learned that the other day.
Yes, exactly. And we also, our schools were doing some activities.
Right. End of the school year, you know, it's been kind of a strange year
Sure.
as far as that goes. But I visited Valley View and Nancy Lopez, and they both had kind of field days, but they're done in a different way.
Sure.
And it was just the kids, no parents allowed. But something fun they did at Valley View, they had their student council officers run each activity.
Okay.
And it was so
Oh,
cute. They
good
stood up
idea.
there and they told those kids where to line up and what. And so
Great
then
idea.
they did a kind of a rotation. So they weren't all packed together. They were spread out.
Sure.
And they did their activities and it was a really cute way. And then also at Nancy Lopez, Ashley Booth, their PE teacher, there,
Okay.
did some fun water activities class by class.
Nice.
So they have had to adapt, and I'm sure there was probably some other schools I just didn't know,
Sure.
didn't hear about. But it's the end of the school year, and everybody's ready to get out, but they at least got to have a little fun day.
Little
Right.
camaraderie, a little
Right.
bit of some of
Right.
the stuff that kind of is missed this last
Right.
year because of the way we have to handle things
Right.
right now.
Right.
But that's good to see, and
Yeah.
hopefully we'll ride this momentum through the summer and into the fall. Maybe when kids start going back to school in the fall here, it'll look more like a regular school year that we're
Yeah.
used to coming
We're really
to.
looking forward to that. We'll have
Yeah.
New Mexico grown.
Yep.
Yeah.
That we'll do lots of things with all the schools, especially Dexter and
Yeah.
Roswell. And it's exciting to think that
Yeah.
we can get back to something semi-normal.
And to be honest, I know we're complaining and it's been a rough year and all that, but at the end of the day, I think this is going to make us all better. You know what I mean? I think
agree with
like
that.
after we get really through this in a couple years, I think we're going to be better. because of this. I think because it's gonna make us think about how we do. We've been doing it for last year. How do we do things, and how do we do it all that? And I think
to
it's
appreciate the things that we have.
But I think some things are going to come streamlined out of this, and we figured out better ways to do stuff that's better than the way it was before, and we're going to incorporate that with what's really the good, tried and true way. And I think all of this, after it's all said and done, is going to be an awesome experience. I mean, I know it stinks right now, but looking back and all this, I think we're going to have a lot of good lessons from this, and we're going to have a lot of good that comes from this as well.
Right. Agreed.
But in the meantime, you guys, let's all do our part here and get your kids involved. And of course, if you need assistance, reach out, come out to any of these summer food pickup locations throughout the entire county. We'll have it here. We'll post it up on, you can see it on the Dexter Schools Facebook page right now. It'll be up on the Healthy Kids Chaves County here very shortly, and we'll get it shared and everything else. But please, if you have questions, go to those resources. Use I know if you try calling schools here in a bit, you're going to get a lot of long ring-ins and nobody answering phones because it's the summer. But online, there's going to be a lot of resources. And to be honest, probably during the summer, shoot messages on Facebook and stuff is probably the fastest way to get responses.
Right, and they can call the central offices.
Yeah.
They'll have somebody there.
Yeah, absolutely.
To direct you.
Yeah, they'll have somebody too. But please, let's utilize it. Let's get and then take advantage of all the free stuff. The city's got all kinds of stuff. Each, the county, each district's got things going on.
Right, and I think like our like Van was looking for lifeguards.
Okay.
For their pool there.
All right.
So I think they're opening up their.
That'd be good.
Well, that's good news here too. So they can
Yeah.
get to do some swimming there and outside the lake, I guess.
Right. Yes. I mean, you have both there, but they do have a pool there that they were.
Right.
I know, but some
that's
people like I'll
Moses
never.
Lakes.
I know there are people that will never go in a lake or a pond or nothing.
True.
You know,
Because things swim by you
now,
and touch you underwater.
I can understand a pond that's got stuff all over it. Like if there's lily pads and all that, and there's a pond, I'm like, I'm not getting there either. But a lake, oh yeah, I'm in and out. I mean, I was in the Scouts, and every summer we're out there in the lake swimming around. And all.
Bottomless
Yeah.
lakes.
Matter of fact,
Bottomless lakes is a great
bottomless
place
lakes.
to go.
My wife and I went on vacation went on a cruise, and we ended up in we went to Mexico, and we were in the Yucatan area, and we got to go visit an Aztec ruins and all that. But they had a sinkhole that was like hundreds of years old or thousands of years old. I say hundreds, thousands of years old, and it was I don't remember like 100 feet deep or something, but you can swim in it. And we were swimming, and it was because it was hotter than Hades. So I was like, I'm getting in that thing, you know. Now they had little fish that kept biting my feet.
Oh.
It was almost like the
There you go.
you know that the spa day stuff where they get the feet eat you
Little
fish.
Japanese.
Yeah.
Yes,
It felt like that was kind of going on
Okay.
there in the pool there, or the blowhole or whatever you call it. But yeah, it was cool. I loved it. So swam in a sinkhole.
Santa Rosa has the blue hole up there.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So no, I'm down with it. I don't mind.
No.
But yeah, ponds are a little like got lily pads. I'm like, nah.
Yeah,
Or
that's probably
that-
not a good
that
place to
film
pond. But go
on
for the
top.
lake.
Yeah, no, because under the film there's I'm like water moccasins. I don't know. I'm just thinking,
yikes.
in my head, some 1,000-year-old alligators was waiting to live under that thing, waiting to come out. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I watched too many movies.
We're thinking of a new one.
Yeah. Like I said, if anybody has any questions about anything, shoot a message to the Healthy Kids Chaves County Facebook page. Anything, when we talk about school lunches or anything Dexter related, certainly hit Shelly up on the Dexter Schools Facebook page, and they'll help you out there.
And I'm sure Roswell will have their summer lunch schedule up on their website.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be up on the RSD's
or
website
call
too.
Kim Meeks.
Yeah, we'll get it happen.
Yes.
We'll and we'll make sure everybody gets that information
Absolutely.
too. So good deal. Did we get it all? Is there anything we missed?
I think. Anybody?
We covered blowholes, sandwiches, fish, and the stuff we're talking about too. Yeah,
and
camps and lunch.
Yeah.
I think we got it.
Okay.
My work is done. Thank you, ladies. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, and
Thank you.
we'll talk to you next time. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
It is 9:50.